Oh, those sprites were a little chunky. Oh. Okay, anyway. Alright, listen. If you are ever in a position where you are struggling in life, where you're not sure what to do, the answer in every conceivable scenario is to play some gosh darn Diddy Kong Racing. This game is friggin' fantastic. It's like a billion years old. Actually, I think it's like 21, something like that. Ugh. This game's getting old. And I freaking love it. I freaking love this game. I love everything about it. I love all these quirky characters. I love that each of them get their version of the theme song with their own instruments. I love that Banjo smacks right into Crunch and practically cripples him for life. I love this big dorky pig monster that we have as a villain. It's really freaking cool. So this is Diddy Kong Racing. It's a grand old time. Joy to play. And in my very strong opinion about this game, I think it's the greatest racing game ever made. So let's dive right in, shall we? So we got here 8 glorious characters. And yes, you may recognize a few familiar faces in the crowd. We got Diddy Kong, we got Banjo, we got Conker, pre-alcoholism, and then we got a bunch of random extra characters that will never see the light of day because Rare isn't with Nintendo anymore. I'm gonna go with Bumper, because he's my main guy. I like how he handles, like his stats. Okay, and we're gonna start a new game here and get going. I'm mature. Oh, whoa, what's this? It's the pig man. It's really spooky. Oh, it's not so spooky. There's some frogs hopping around. There's some floor clipping through that water. Ooh. Hello there! I am the racist caricature of the island. Yep. Okay. So, before we get into any actual, oh, whoops. Oh, I can call the genie over here.
Select your vehicle.
Alrighty, so we can play this game in a hovercraft, a plane, or classic car. We got our choice of vehicle here. I'm gonna go for the plane right now, so we can zip zoom around the island, get some of these balloons here. We got one now. And that makes two. Whoa! Oh. What? Rip. Sorry guys, I'm a sham. Oh, okay. Hashtag fake gamer girl over here. That's me. Anyway. Oh, we got a little lighthouse bay. We got some doors with numbers on them. We'll get to that in a second. Grab this balloon out at sea here. And there's one back here behind the trees. And there we go. Those are the balloons. Those are the balloons around the island. Alright, so one of the things as we get started that I'll talk about. We got this big door here. The number on the door corresponds to the number of balloons you have. It's great fun. So we're here in the lobby, and we got some race courses. And depending on how many balloons we have, we can do those races. I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Hi there, I'm TT.
This is TT. You can talk to him about some ridiculous stuff. He'll show you collectibles, all that good stuff. We'll be particularly going after those keys right here in the first level, but we'll get to all that. You can turn on time trial and stuff. He's a good guy. And we'll be seeing more of him later down the line. But right now, we're going to our first course. Let's go to Ancient Lake. I can English, I swear. Going to Ancient Lake. I'll talk a bit about the mechanics in a second, but first, I didn't have me a friggin' key. Ooh. Got myself a key right there. That'll come in handy in a bit. You'll see why. Alright. So let's get down to why I absolutely freaking love this game. I love the way it handles mechanically. I am indeed one of those people that believes this game is vastly superior to all Mario Karts. I don't know, I like the Mario Kart games too, so I'm not really trying to make a declaration of war here, but I don't know, I like the fact that drifting is just kind of something you can do to help cut corners. You don't have to freaking hold the drift to like get some arbitrary boost or whatever the crud. So that's our first race done. Mr. Elephanto Man, Taj, will hand me a balloon as a reward for doing this. So we just keep collecting more balloons to gain access to more levels. So yeah, I like the drift in this. I just like, in general, the way characters handle. Oh yes, we got the key, so that unlocks this. There's a key hidden in each of the worlds, unlocks a special level. It's great stuff. Let's see now, let's go to level 2. I mean, I could technically do these in any order I want now because I've got all the balloons. But we'll be doing them in order because that's fun to do. I like doing it in order. It's one of the things you may have noticed about me playing this. You get your power-ups not through those silly item boxes like in Mario Kart games, but by picking up balloons. You grab a balloon depending on what color it is what item you get. So unlike all that crazy randomness that you'd find in your Mario Karts, this one's pretty straightforward. Courses are all the same and everything. Much less dependent on RNG like Mario Kart is. It's kind of one of the things I like about it. So one of the basics of your typical racing game is that you got the bananas there. Collecting them increases your maximum acceleration, as well as One of what I find the really interesting mechanics of this game is that if you collect... Let's see if I can do it here in a second. If you collect multiples... I'm doing a bad job of that. If you collect multiples of the same item in a row, then it stacks and it powers up the item. And you can stack a maximum of 3 times, wind up with freaking 10 missiles. Oh my goodness. So you can stack power-ups, which is pretty cool. And that's another race done too. Right on! These first couple of race courses are really basic. Not really gonna challenge you in any way. Now we got Jungle Falls here. This one's really good, like the music here. In general, I'd say the music in this game is just absolutely fantastic. It's composed by David Wise, who really knows his stuff when it comes to making game soundtracks. So, not a surprise that this one's super duper good. Especially because the N64 had such a limited sound card. It could kind of only depend on like cheap MIDI to make its music, and yet David Wise was able to create a soundtrack that I consider to be super godly, even with the limitations of the system. So that's a pretty cool deal. One of the things you may be noticing about these boosts here, sometimes they're green, sometimes they're not green. Let's go over why that is. So this is a little trick. First of many cool secrets about this. Whenever you boost, if you hit one of the little booster pads, or you just get a blue balloon and boost, if you're not holding the acceleration button while you boost, instead of a standard boost, you get that little green flamey effect for the boost. It makes you go faster, which I think is really cool. Does Mario Kart have anything like that? I thought not. Alright, so if we go into, there's 4 race courses per world, so if we go into this last one here, and beat it, then something else will happen. So I want to do some other stuff first. We're gonna play a minigame. This is Fire Mountain. Objective of the game is to get those little dino eggs and bring them back to your nest. If they've been in the nest for long enough, they'll hatch. First to hatch 3 eggs win, and you can steal eggs from other players unless they hatch. In which case, then they're permanently yours. You are their mama. Ah, shoot. Timber's doing pretty well. I'm not doing so hot. People keep taking my eggs. Timber! Timber, don't you dare. Timber, I will take that egg from you. And Banjo got it. The more you lose, the more you lose out on these eggs, the better advantage the other players have at beating you. Don't you Banjo! Oh, I think I killed one. I didn't set it directly into the nest. Oh shoot, Diddy's gonna win. Oh, I'm a failure. I'm a frickin' failure. Oh, that is a hard 4th place. Oh, that is not good. I'm not too good at this game. Not too good at this minigame. Let's try again. The important thing is you got to get right onto the nest, then get to stealing some eggs from other players. Because the AI is very aggressive. They'll take those eggs from you if you're not careful. I will protect you, babies. Hello, my babies. Banjo has an egg. I will steal his baby. Okay, I got a better lead this time. The important thing is to get your egg in there while everyone's preoccupied. So that way you don't blow it. And of course, have another egg ready when, Oh, I just dropped the egg I had. Oh, rip. That's a dead baby. That's sad. But hey, I won the minigame.
You won first prize.
So this time we actually get something a little different. Yeah, this little thing. We get a piece of the TT amulet. There's 4 in total to collect, and overall they don't actually matter unless you're going for the true ending, which there's 2 endings to this game, like a normal one and then 100% ending. So it only matters in that regard. All right, so now we're going to Hot Top Volcano. This is our first race course in a plane. Important thing to remember is to snatch up those blue balloons, because blue balloons and bananas, that's what you want. That's your gold right there. You can do stuff like that. That's the thing, all of the items like have their use and have like different ways they can provide a tactical advantage. But if you're trying to decide on what balloon to get, just go straight for the blue, because the speed up that it gives is like honestly worth like. Ooh, I got 2 in 1. Yeah, the amount of distance you can get if you're seeing that mini map over there in the corner, it's just insane how fast you can get ahead of the competition. Whoa. Crashed into a wall there. So that's the thing, I'm kind of taking all the kooky shortcuts and all the crazy stuff. Later, though, we'll get reasons to see more of the entire courses as the race goes on. You'll see why in a sec. Woo! Lapped a couple of these suckers. Elephant Man comes down. He's got another balloon. I don't really care. I'm skipping the cutscene. So now that we've beaten all the races in the area, this opens up the boss race. Another very interesting and, from what I've seen, almost unique aspect to this game as a racing game. There are boss races. So this is Tricky the Triceratops. It challenges us to a race. So the bosses in this game are pretty interesting. They move like just a little bit slightly faster than like a standard car. And they cheat. As you notice right there, he got running ahead. Yeah, they cheat. They're dirty cheaters. So I guess one of the things I can cover is what each color of balloon... Whoops, missed that one. And go over what each color of balloon does. The red ones give you missiles, which are, you know, projectile shoot racers ahead of you. Green gives you various traps, which you place behind you, much like the bananas in Mario Kart. Blue is for boost. That's a little shortcut right there for you. Yeah, blue provides speed boost, and then there's a couple others that you don't see as often. Yellow provides a shield, which protects you from hazards, and the rainbow-colored ones give you magnet. And that's a boss race done right there. Wow, we slaughtered him.
You must find 8 from each level and win, and then come back to see me.
This is where the game kind of opens up in this adventure mode. Whoa. Try pressing brake when skidding. That's another fun thing. I guess I can show that off here. When you're doing a drift, you can hit the brake to go into like a harder slide. There's all kinds of like wacky tricks you can do. They don't usually help too much when you're just like headed to the goal, but like when you're trying to pick up like silver coins, which we'll see in a second, it's pretty invaluable to learn all the different skills, all the drifting abilities, and what have you. This is the first of the silver coin challenge. The objective is to get 8 silver coins that are scattered throughout the level. This first level, it's very easy. So the challenge is to collect all 8 of the coins and get first place at the same time. So this doubles as both a race and a collectathon in one go. I don't know, I understand many people are opposed to these just because towards the end of the later end of the game, they start placing them in some really crazy, tricky spots. Oh, missed one! Oh no, I'm missing a couple. Yeah, for this first level though, they're just kind of in a straight line. And that's all 8, so now I just gotta win. Again, really simple for this first one. They definitely get more complicated as the round, as the game goes on. Personally, I like the silver coins. I think it's fun. Some of the rubber band AI thing that like Mario Kart has going for it, that's not an issue here. The racers are like kind of like difficulty speeds. Like as the game goes on, they get a little bit smarter, a little bit tougher, as well as there's like harder versions of the race you can do where the AI gets a little bit smarter there. But if you know the tracks, you can just kind of go wherever the frick you want. Nothing's gonna stop you. One thing really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and leave for a second. And we got a Genie Man here. This is the first of Taj's amazing island race challenge extravaganzas. Challenges you to a one-on-one race. Like in English. Taj challenges you to a one-on-one race, and it takes place around here on the Central Island hub. You just kind of follow around these little ends. This first one in the car is extremely simple. Just turn every time there's a turn. Not very fast, not very smart, especially if you get the speed boost at the beginning. Not even a problem.
Hello, friend. Bye-bye for now.
Every time you do one of these, you get a balloon. You're gonna need lots and lots of balloons if you want to get to the end of the game. So those are handy. Alright. So now on to the Silver Coin Challenge of Fossil Canyon. Woo! 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 Okay. That's why it's important to know those quick turn maneuvers, yo. You gotta be good at the game. In order to be good at the game. I like that. That's all 8 already in 1 lap. Nice going. One of the things I also feel it's necessary to point out. Whoa! Whoa! What happened there? Okay, that was a little crazy. Alright. I guess I can talk about that. Now's as good a time as ever. So one of the things I really like about this game, there's a lot of momentum-based physics. When you're going fast and you hit a thing that makes you go faster, you just keep going even faster. Can lead to some real jank shenanigans. Oh boy, this is a party. This is a grand old time. Alright, want another race? Yeah, when you get going, like, super fast, like, physics just stop caring. Can actually lead to some hilarious stuff if you're going too fast. You can, like, smash into a wall and get all, like, flipped upside down and crud. Is that a train? A freaking train! Alright. Now we on to Jungle Falls.
Jungle Falls.
I'll come back for that that first one there. It's just kind of in an inconvenient spot. Ooh. Whoop. It's kind of the beauty of this game, though. I can make mistakes like that, not be penalized by freaking Mario Kart brand rubber band AI TM. If I get a significant lead, wind up making a mistake, then I can just kind of correct and hop back in the game without any fear of the game punishing me for making slight mistakes. More importantly, sending blue shells on my booty, for that matter. That's another one down. We are flying through this frickin' game. Alright, then we just have Hot Top Volcano, and then we can head back to the boss door. Woo! So, fun fact, that boost you're seeing there. Whoa! I got shot. I've been shot! That boost you're seeing there at the beginning of the race course is, if you push down on the gas right before it says go, you get a little boost. Depending on how close to when it says go, it gets even better. You get an even better boost. You go around here, there's one back here. There's also one in this little alcove here. And one right here, and that's all of them. missing out on some of the bananas here. Need to step up my game. I like that dinosaur. Whoop. But apparently he doesn't like me. Okay. This game's got some fun level themes. First world is dinosaur. It's not usually how it goes in most games. Usually the first world is like grass. As we all know, the Mario series popularized the grass, desert, ice, forest, volcano crap. Level themes here are a bit more creative, as we'll see coming up. So now that we've done all the silver coin challenges, we head back to the boss. And this time we got an even harder race.
Fantastic. If you can beat me again, I'll give you a special prize.
Alright, let's do it. Let's claim that special prize. Oh! He squished me. That's one of the other benefits. One of the little perks that a boss fight gets. They can squish you. So as you see in this harder course, there's more terrain to keep in mind, more things to have to look out for. It's pretty crazy! So yeah, fun fact, this guy, I think I mentioned earlier, this is Tricky the Triceratops. It's pretty interesting that they named him that, because a certain Star Fox game, later down the line, also made by Rare, has a Triceratops in it, curiously named Tricky. Wonder if that was supposed to be a thing. That was a callback. Who knows? This guy is right up on my booty. Oh, this is gonna be close. Ah, okay. Made it. And there he is. It's a little bit trickier. They placed a few more trees in the middle of the path during that second race. But we got it.
You've earned a piece of the amulet. Try the trumpet challenge.
Oh man, all of the voice acting in this game is so gosh dang charming. It's amazing too, because it's back in these days you didn't have professional voice actors to hire. This is just game developers bored sitting around the office. Oh, what should we give the Triceratops a voice for?
I'm stubborn. Now try the trophy challenge.
So it's pretty great in that regard. So now that we've done everything in the Dino Domains, we got this here trophy race.
Trophy race.
I'll go ahead and do this one now. I think I'm gonna do the rest of them later. In like all the other worlds, but I'll show this one now for demonstrational purposes. So basically the trophy race, this is something I was kind of talking about earlier. These are basically, you do all the courses, and the AI is all like much smarter this time and will actually, you know, bother being a challenge for you. Unless of course you get blue boost balloons, in which case, there's just no way for these poor souls to keep up. But they're at least a little bit faster, a little less stupid. Basically, the name of the game is The real name of the game is just to get first every time, but there's basically a points system for which place you get the most amount of points you can get in a round, being if you come in first place. It's basically Mario Kart. You'll see it here. Yeah, it's got the little scoreboard here. This is how many points you get for each of the things. But, again, you want first place. That's all that matters. That's all that matters is getting first place. If you do, if you get first place in at least like 3 of these rounds, as long as you place well in the final round, then you're pretty much golden. One last fun thing I can talk about here. This little exploit. Fun little exploit in this game. I'll try not to take too much advantage of it, though, just to keep the Let's Play interesting, you know. But, so you can switch out the minimap for a little speedometer. One of the fun things you can do, if you mash the A button, you go ever so slightly faster, as you might have noticed on the speedometer there, than like your normal speed. This only works in a car. This doesn't work in the other vehicles, but for a car, you can mash A and it makes you go a little bit quicker. Again, just to keep things interesting, and because I'm so godly at this peasant video game. I won't be taking too much advantage of that until we get to some of like the really difficult stuff later on in the game. Alright, so we are on our way, piling up the first places. Well, missed a boost. That's embarrassing. Whoa, 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 what happened there? I think this game handles pretty darn good, even for how old it is. I think this is one of the few N64 games that holds up really well, even by today's standard. Obviously, visually, it's a little bit gross. Just a little bit gross considering them polys, but I don't really care. I'm nostalgic for low poly crud, so I'm not offended by that. But in terms of the mechanics and everything, I think it's really solid and also really unique. Not a lot of racing games doing what this one's doing. I mean, for Pete's sake, it's been like 20 some odd years since it's come out, and well, I can honestly say the only racing game that I think rivals it in terms of quality is Mario Kart 8. So, all you devs out there making racing games, you might want to step it up a little bit. This 20-year-old game is kicking your trash in terms of quality. And only the big N themselves. That sounds offensive. Sorry. If only Big Nintendo. If only Big Nintendo can compete with the majesty of pre-Microsoft Rare. I don't know. I think you guys should be putting out some more quality racing games. I mean, I think which one was it? Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. That was a pretty good racing game too. I actually quite enjoyed that one. But again, with that one, pretty much all the other racing games out there put a little too much emphasis on the drifting, and you just kind of do the snaky snake thing where you dash around, and it's just all about how long can you hold a drift. And if you can hold it for an extremely stupid amount of time, we'll reward you with a little speed boost. And I'm like, that's not how cars work. It's just all about holding that stupid drift. This requires a little bit more knowledge, memorization of the course, your ability to learn all the tricks and abilities. I much prefer that. Prefer my racing games that way, if you know what I'm saying. And there we go. That's a perfect 36 right there. That's the highest you can score in these games. And you get yourself a nice little trophy. It's beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. Look at it. Whoa, where am I going?